There we go. Hello. Should be able to hear me now. Hang on, let me just flip this up a bit. There we go. Looks good. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Toby Talevambul. I've been in software for around 14 years now, and I've been doing AI or working with AI for around 9 months now. I used to be a deal sourcer, so I used to be in property, and now I've switched to doing AI consulting, just mainly because when I was in property, when I was running my business, I noticed that I just enjoyed creating little automations for my business, really. So yeah, so as part of this, so this is part 5 of creating a deal analyzer, and the main thing. So what we achieved so far is that we've so on part 1 we used Claude's co-work in order to go into Rightmove and do some analysis on some properties by essentially looking through sold properties for each of the listing, and then now that obviously I got Claude co-work to do it for me, obviously I need to create some kind of product that was going to do it without relying too much on Claude or the AI itself, really. So I progress onwards in order to have a plugin in Chrome that will just do something similar, and then yeah, so we're basically at that stage now where it adds a little overlay on top of the properties, on top of the listings, and it can go through the listings and do some analysis. So I think yeah, we should try that, really. So yeah, so as part of this, as part of part 5, I want to kind of carry that onwards and then see how far we get by using Claude in order to create a deal analyzer. So yep, if I share my screen with everything I did in the last session, so you should be able to see here. Perfect. Okay, all right. Let's get started. So I'm going to start by looking at my context window. It looks like it's quite high at the moment, so let's do a compact right now. What this would do is essentially compress everything down so that you're not using so many tokens every time you have a conversation, really. Like all the context you have in your context windows is based on information that maybe you had at the earlier part of having the conversation. It's just not needed anymore, really. So it kind of compacts that down. You can also clear the conversation as well if needed. That's also an option, and then just start again, which is also fine because, and obviously everything you did is going to be saved. So everything I did, it's already in files and everything in here, really, in this project, which is property deal analysis. So I don't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, okay, I'll wait for this to be done, and then resume. I think what I'll start off with is to essentially see how far we got last time. So I'm just gonna run a test, and then see what I can do. I think normally how I would test it is by asking Claude to use the co-work feature, go into my browser, and then test it for me. But I'm gonna see if I can do this myself, really. And to be honest, yeah, I don't really need to wait for Claude. So let's say if I just go to Rightmove and then just open up a listing. So let's type in Bolton, just because it's just an area we've used in the past. Houses, maximum 150, and bedrooms, we 2, max 3. Just because that's just normal criteria to look for in order to find good deals. So, yep, as you can see, what I can do here is, so it looks like so this is the plugin, by the way, that that I was created. And it looks like you can either do an auto thing where you can let the AI kind of look through the photo for you and then assume it's great on how good quality it is. But right now we haven't implemented that feature because that it requires an external AI that's good at analyzing photos, and we just haven't hooked that in yet, really, just because that's when it gets a bit costly. Even then, it's most likely like pennies, really. So I will be hooking it in, but right now, I think just getting a proof of concept working is the most important thing. So yeah, so I don't know if I just mark this as ready, click on analyze, and then just see what happens. Serve unreachable, failed to fetch. Nice. You know what? That's exactly what I wanted. To be honest, yes, probably is because it relies on a server to be running. That is gonna so the plugin's gonna hand off the information really. So yeah, it requires that. So yeah, let's wait for this compacting to be done. Then I'll start up the server, and then yeah, let's go from there really. To be honest. Um, I think while it's doing that, I can just go down and look at all the other properties. If you're curious about what this is another plugin. It's not mine. It's one that's kind of readily available. It's free and gives like price history for each of the properties, and it's gone up, gone down, initial and everything really. So and it's good for making deals or good for finding deals essentially because let's say you find a property like the average Rightmove viewer, they would just see a property and then assume that's the final price and so on. But then if you look at the history, you can see that this property it was listed in February for 150, and obviously it's still a 150 and then sitting there. But if you look at one for a bit more history, this was listed in May 160, and then a couple of months later it was reduced down to 150. So I think they're probably a bit more desperate in order to sell this property compared to this person who just want the best price for it, and that's it. And they're clearly happy to wait. I mean, it looks like it's a good condition property, and if they're living in it, I can see why. But this one, it looks decent condition. So, okay, nice, done. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this and then start fresh. So let's start the server. Property. Perfect. I don't necessarily need to ask Claude to do this for me, and it's probably actually more effort asking Claude because obviously you just wait for it to do the thing. However, right now it's just there, so I might as well. There we go. Analyze server, fact chrome extension, so it knows about what I'm talking about. Dependency is fine. Setting server up, perfect. Yep. Nice. Right, the server is running. Amazing. So, yeah, photo AI is disabled because obviously right now we haven't given it any kind of key really. So yeah, let's let's look at this property, give it a grade of ready, and then click on analyze, and then just see what happens. GDV is 1000. So refurb 1000 GDV insufficient comms. Nice, that's no good. Okay, so I want the for the plugin, I want the I want it to find comparables through the sold properties section on Rightmove when I click on Analyze. Ask me any questions as needed before creating an implementation plan. I think for this, I'm going to use Fable. So at this stage, so yeah, I want to create like an implementation plan for the next stage, which is just looking for comparables really. So yeah, let's see what happens. I used my usage limits for Fable. Interesting. I think there's a good chance the Fable was potentially disabled today. Okay, that's fine. You know what? Let's go back to Sonnet. And then try again. Nice. See where that goes. In terms of usage, yeah, I've only used 17% so far, so it's not too bad. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, looks like Fable's disabled now. I think it's gone away from the pro models. I think from what I've looked up online, so let's just look for Fable 5. Let's look at what's happening. I believe, yeah, it is disabled, but I think it's for max and team premium plans, but it's not for pros. And I think a standard team plan, I believe, yeah. I mean, they were supposed to disable it on the 7th, and they did extend it. Okay, so yeah, the find comms from Rightmove, sold properties behavior already exists. Comms aren't centered on the listing. It's not the real voice. Comms aren't being prioritized. Not working at all. Buggy. Yeah, that's it. Should single column analyze start using each listing's own to center sold comms? Matching what exactly? I mean, yeah, you can do, even though it means extra geocode radius lookup per click. No, I just need to do a postcode, to be honest, really. I don't think I need to do geocode yet. You know, that's a good, it's a good feature, actually. I'll keep to this for the time being. I think, obviously, you know, if you compare it to like a normal human being doing this or a normal person doing this, you know, they're not going to be putting the postcode on Google Maps and finding all the deal, you know, all the other listings kind of thing, and putting the postcode on there in order to see if it matches the right area or not. So yeah, so I think we can assume, you know, we'll just go with like a human performance, where or like a human workflow where it just puts in the postcode. I think it would be easy for the time being, and then we can expand that feature later on. So okay, so yeah, the panel, it shows insufficient, no search postcode supplies, and com skipped. I'll just copy this and then put that in. Give it a bug. What's next? Yes, I started it. I mean, you should know that information. It's the one who started it for me. All right, want us to figure it out? Let's see what's happening with Fable. Yeah, I think even from what I've been reading up today, it looks like with Fable, it's been like very over demand. So, and I don't think they, in terms of backend, I don't think they got the backend, the servers and the CPUs and everything like enough to keep up with the demand. So I think that's probably why they were decided to just go with it, because obviously, Fable uses more resources to run. So based on postcode expression is broken for normal searches, so switch to reverse geocode is listing. The postcode extraction. I wonder why. I mean, okay. Not really sure how reverse geocode will fix this, but let's see how it goes. If it doesn't work, because I think obviously Claude, it doesn't know that you can go on the listing itself and then scroll down and find nearby properties and then use Surface postcode and everything. Really, it obviously doesn't know about that, which is probably why it's suggesting geocode. But it looks like a cool feature. So yeah, it's good. Let's try that. Okay, so yeah, I think with Anthropic, yeah, it's I think it is just very much in demand, and I guess if you use a lot of resources, and you can't really keep up with it. I believe there's another model that came out in the past few days from China, and apparently I think it uses like considerably less resources, and it is as good as Fable, which is interesting. So just after OpenAI's 5.6 came out, and they also claimed that they're as good as Fable. Look at China's new models come out. I forgot what it's called actually. Let's type in China AI model. Would it just know? Yeah, there we go. Kimi K3. That's the one. Apparently, it's going to rival OpenAI and Anthropic. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, it was released on 27th July, so literally, no, it will be released. Oh, it will be open source model. I think that would be really cool. Having an open source model, really. I think in terms of the future AI, I feel like everyone is. It's like having a smartphone, or how smartphones went from like you have your CPU power and everything on your proposed plan. Yep, accepted. I mean, yeah, because obviously I can't use. Yeah, this is accepted. See how it goes. Yeah, I think so. If you look at how PCs and computer power and everything went, it got to a point where you got you got a fully fledged computer on your smartphone and on your phone in the palm of your hands, really. As in, you can literally run a computer through your. I think Razer had a project not that while, maybe a few years ago. It's called Horizon or something. Or it's called actually. But you could literally you have like an empty laptop. It just has a keyboard and some batteries and a screen, and then you put your phone as a trackpad. You put it down, and then you can use your phone's keys as phone's a screen, as a little trackpad, as a little mouse thing, and the entire thing is powered with your phone. And obviously, there's batteries and everything in it. It was really cool. I don't know why they never carried with it. Even with the Samsung, you got the desktop mode on Samsung phones now, and for like a few years now, and it's decent. Obviously, I don't know how many people use it, but if they brought out something similar, like a bare bone laptop, I reckon it would take off. But I'm not sure why they would. Okay. So what's happened? It looks like they implemented it. It needs to be unpacked and reloaded. All right. So I think I need to go into extensions. Will it just come up? I don't know if it will just come up, but there we go. Let's copy that in. And then reload this. So you're saying, so if I just refresh this, and then click on analyze, and it should just work. Yep, I think we're back to this property again. Oh, interesting. So open up a new thing. Now let's see what happens. So, yep, it's still saying insufficient comms. 25 from captive right from sole price, 0 from land registry, and 0. Okay, so still giving me this error. I think it looks like it opened up another Rightmove page, but I don't think it did any analysis on it. Or it opened up a Rightmove page and then, yeah, that was really fast actually, to be honest. So yeah, I'm still getting this error. Let's have it sorted out. So while that's happening, yeah, what I was saying about obviously laptop and everything, I think Um, yeah, so your entire phone is a fully fledged computer, and I feel like with the feature of AI, I think it will go to that route. I saw the Marquez's video when he uploaded recently. He's a big tech YouTuber. Um, I think it's the biggest tech YouTuber actually, and he uploaded a video regarding the future of AI. Or obviously Apple, like Apple isn't Apple's falling behind on AI, and I think the interesting point he made was that Apple has probably the best, or one of the best, or the best hardware in terms of phones and stuff, in order to run AI. And if they play the long game, obviously because as AI gets smarter and smarter, and the models get more and more efficient and smaller that you can run on your phone, eventually get to a point where you don't need to rely on Claude and Gemini and OpenAI and all that kind of stuff in order to run a model. Like you can just use open source models, just download that to your phone, and there you go. You got AI on your phone now. Yeah, I think that would be the future. So let's say if you when you create an app, obviously, so I don't know, maybe 10 years now from now, like when you create apps, you would probably expect that you to have a fully fledged AI on your phone running, and then the app was to use that in order to give you feedback on that kind of stuff, really, rather than rely on external ones that you have to pay extra for. So yeah, no, it's a I think it's a very interesting mode. All right, what's happened right now? So the personal fit worked. 24 comparisons. Yep, it did work. Culprit is filtering. Property mismatch. So maybe it couldn't find enough comparisons. Okay, outside radius. Okay. Right, let's try that again. Let's reload the extension and then test it again. I think it looks like it's added a bit of a diagnostic kind of tool, which is quite nice actually. I think one of the things I love about Claude is that it's just very, in the way it responds, is very uh, it's not it's less robotic, but like I think it just gives you a clear path. It's like, okay, let's diagnose this first. Let's do this first, rather than I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna try and guess what do you want from me, and I'm just trying to give you that, which is I think what other AI models do. Okay, so some extra breakdown, and I'll fix the edge filtering. Okay, sounds good. Nice. All right, let's do it. So refresh, and then I think I'm gonna stick with the same listing. Let's see if I can find that again. Where'd it go? There it is. I think so. When you're testing, and let's say if you find an issue with bugs or something, and it's based on a certain like one data point, so one listing, it's just good to keep with it until you get that right, and then you move to another data point, and then you try that, and then the algorithm learns just from like varied results, kind of really. So okay, yeah, we gave it an A. That was fast. Yep, insufficient. So it gave me a diagnostic tool. So 25 comparison, non-qualified, 25 properties mismatch, 14 bedrooms mismatch. So okay, so let's put that back in. I wonder if maybe if we give it a pop-up at some point or some kind of dashboard saying that actually, okay, we tried to find a comparable, we couldn't find it, and that's why we can't do it. Even though the postcode, I would love to know actually what is. I think I'm gonna ask you to give me a bit of a dashboard kind of thing, really. So I want to know what postcode it used and all that kind of stuff, because I wonder if it used BL2 rather than the full postcode. I think it's good to figure that out. Okay, while it's doing that, let's carry on the conversation from earlier. So yeah, I think that's obviously I think the future of AI will be interesting, but I would love to get to a point where you can run AI locally, like good models will be. I think you still have decent models, and that will be in the future. At some point, I will be testing it out because it is interesting. Especially for my business, if I'm doing consulting, like what if we could provide a solution that relies on a model that runs locally? So I don't know, maybe you give them some kind of hardware saying that, yeah, this AI will never speak to the internet. All you need to do is every now and then you need to just update it and so on, but it doesn't need to speak to the internet, which means that none of the information you give it will leave outside of your network or outside of your computer. Kind of really, I think that would be really cool. And I think a lot of companies in this will trust AI more. I think one of the issues with the AI right now is that there's a bit of a trust issue where yeah, I think I don't know, people just don't know trust AI properly, kind of really. And a lot of AI, I don't know, a lot of the typical models that people use or typical chat mod features, I think it just lies to your face because it just try to figure out what do you want to hear and then tell you that. I don't know. I don't know why that's not fixed, to be honest. Okay, so server restarted. Two things. It's a reload the right move page. And resource server cleared in memory. Catch surprises. Okay. All right. Where is our guy? Where is he? Is this one? Oh, there we go. Okay. So try it again. Two things from your end, and then click on analyze. I think it is with caching. Interesting. That's what you can find. Okay, there we go. So it gave a bit more information to them. So it says price benchmark only, margin minus 500. Okay. It gave it a bit of a thing. So refurb, it says some cost like $1,000. I think it's maybe for like tiny tidy. So maybe it just assumes that even though it was like perfect condition, you still need some kind of money in order to just tidy things up potentially. So that's fair enough. And it said it's for 143,500, which is very close to its guide price, and it's having 160 to 150. So yes, probably right. So comps wise, it found a comp at 140 in March, nice, and then it found another one BL22 TQ, yeah, 0.4 miles, nice. 147. Okay, I think that's really good actually. Yeah, and I think in terms of I'm gonna update it. So for each of the comms, give it doesn't do picture analysis, so it doesn't. It wouldn't know what the quality of it is. So that's something I can definitely add in. But yeah, no, I'm quite impressed with that. To be honest, can that be something that maybe pops up and provides a bit of a small dashboard of some kind, maybe something I can add in right now. I mean, it's in a good state right now, actually, and I'm quite impressed with it. So that is working. That not actually. Before I carry on, let's try through my property. So let's try this one. I'm just so amazed at how fast this thing works. Obviously, it's analyzing. Oh, I just jinxed it now. Now it's going to take hours to get done. Okay, it's still analyzing. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so it's saying margin around 14. Okay, so I'm not sure what the margin thing means. Or maybe that's how much you can make back. GDV it's around 165, but it's put on for 150. Interesting. So there are nearby ones for 200, 154, and 140. Interesting. How would this be listed for? And it's also good grade ready property. Okay. To be honest, the grading of this property shouldn't matter. So let's say if I go for heavy and look on analyze, 17. Okay, because it. Oh, okay. It's estimating the refurb, 32,500. How does the plugin estimate the refurb without knowing doing photo analysis? I think we might potentially be at the next stage now, where I think you can give it give it your key. Interesting. So manual drop down wins. Okay. So the falls back to plain grade cost band lookup analysis. Interesting. A ready, like me ready. If you pick one, that's using full stop. If you left auto, the photo is enabled. If left on auto, okay. This is exactly what we saw. Refund 1,000 the midpoint of a. Yeah, I think it's just doing some kind of analysis, kind of really. Wanted to you to so instead of midpoint, I want you to be a bit more pessimistic with your estimates. Or do you want it to be pessimistic? I don't know. I mean, do you want to be pessimistic? Do you want to be realistic? Yeah, look, I mean, obviously, we are at a good stage now, so I probably will be uploading this. By the way, if I should probably said at the beginning, but like if you want files from this video, it will be so after the session's done, and it'll be kind of zipped up, into like a folder, and then if you look at the link in my description, you should be able to download it. So skew towards high-end recommended. Weighted point with each band represent of a long, yeah. Moderate. That's fine. Yeah, like let's be moderate about it. But I guess you don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to estimate like if it's like around 50 to 100, and then you go for 100 every time. That's fine. I think it's doing fairly well actually. How are the tokens doing? Yep, we still got plenty left. Probably because it hasn't, when you use Coworker, it has to, go on sites and browse and everything. I think it does use a blur tokens, but I think you need to. Yeah, I know I discussed a few times of having some kind of music playing in the background, but I generally don't have anything right now. I need to, and I will consider that in the future. I'll make a note of it, and then I'll forget until next time when I'm doing live again, and then I'll remember again, and then I'll carry on. I feel like we made some good improvement. I mean, obviously, it looks like tiny from the previous times, but I feel like we made some good improvements this time, really. I think once you put in the photo analyzer, that'll be really good. Yeah. Don't really want it to be relied on nothing really. I do wonder, let's say, if you Okay. Might potentially have an entropic key and then potentially use that for the filter analysis. I think it's a good point timing to maybe go to the next stage. I don't think I have to wait until part 4 actually. I could probably just get done with part 5, get it to good state, and then maybe part of part 6 is just giving a brief demo of how the tool works. Answer any questions anyone has. Put in any features anyone has, and then just ship it. And by shipping it, just me put it in the folder and then just pass it on. Really. Yeah. Okay. So you're done. Nice. Okay. Reload the extension, and then find a random property. This looks like. Oh, would it add anything here? Oh, that's cool. We would add anything here. So let's say this one needs heavy. I would say around medium. And I wouldn't say light. I would say around medium. And then see what it comes up with. So what it's doing that, I would say, now I want a small dashboard pop-up with links to all the comparables. Cards that contain the listed property as well as the listed property as well as the details and the links to all the comparables, all the qualified comparables. Ask me any questions as needed before implementing. Ah, made a spelling mistake there, but it's fine. Okay. I do hope you can all hear me. I can see a little green thing saying that yeah, you can. So I hope you can. It's been happening like a few times now where literally I would talk for halfway through the stream and you can't hear me at all. All right. Replace the current line summary. Yep. Individual sold comparators don't carry a real per property link. Why not? I wonder. Right, when sold property scrape only captures it as a price in text. Capture the real property link where possible. Yep, that's fine. How many qualified comparisons should the card list? All qualified. Yep, all of them. You don't really need around me 3 qualified properties really, but it's good to have more. And this way, I think one of the main reasons I'm actually adding this in is so that I can use it for diagnostics, so that I can see what kind of comparables it's actually bringing up. Yep, that's fine. Moderate overall dims the page. Okay. Do I want? No. I think overall is fine. So it's not a bad shout to have it on the side of the page. I think it's something I could consider in the future. I think while it's doing that, so I do have skills that I've created um, for like having like good looking UI and all that kind of stuff. So I might add that skill actually in here so that it can just use that, which I don't think it have already potentially. Nope, it doesn't. So let me copy them over. Skills, there we go. Get my UI skills and copy that over to creating skills from and copy. Yep, accept and move over to should probably not accepted it, that's fine. So I think my plan right now is so I've got some skills in order to create good looking UI using material design from Google. And so for this little pop-up, I think it's I still want it to look nice. If it's quite easy to do, really. So yeah, I think I'll just copy the skill over and then use that in order to update it, which would be good. Might even use that to kind of update all the UI elements for this plugin actually, related to this plugin. Because even here, it doesn't look that nice. It should be bigger and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a designer, so I wouldn't be able to clarify when something, what needs to be done in order to get something really nice looking. But obviously, you can tell the difference between something that looks nice with something that looks a bit, I don't know, tacky or yeah, it's clunky and all that kind of stuff. Really. Okay, still doing his thing. Nice. Now, while it's doing that, I went for a run earlier, and I feel like it's been a. I used to run like last year, and then I started running, and then I was now getting back into running, and I feel like I need to sort out my form because I'm getting aches, I'm getting kind of calf pains or shin pains, maybe splinters and stuff really. That I also had last year, which kind of went away. But right now it's coming on quite early on, so I need to sort out my form regarding this. Oh, this bad of the stream, maybe. There we go. Okay, verified. Nice. All right, let's do this first. Once this is done, actually, yeah, let me reload. This, find a random property. There we go. It's nice. Okay, so you can click on this. Where would that take you? Take you here. I mean, I wanted to go to the actual listing itself. Really. Okay, I need to go to that listing. Just website designer none. Okay, that's fine. Top level AI agent projects. Yep, that's fine. There we go. So I'm gonna put it on the root level, so go higher up. Good. Now update the UI elements related to this extension with better looking using skill. Ask me any questions as needed. No more think about having or putting the music in the background. I don't know if YouTube will ban my stream or something. Really, if there's like I don't know unlicensed music potentially. I wonder if it'll flag me. I don't know actually. I think one day I might test it out. Maybe I need to do a cover for it, so maybe I'll sing while I do this work, and then that's just how I can have music here. Really. Okay. So keep the teal brand. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. That's fine. Yeah, let's go for that. So yeah, we're just updating the UI for this. No, I'm very impressed with how it's happening so far. It's giving you all the comparables, giving you an estimate. It's really cool. Okay, once this is updated, I think what I'll probably do next is, plug in the photo analyzing element to this that we used earlier initially, and then hopefully then the analyzing could be a bit more accurate. Really. But I think we kind of proved like a proof of concept that obviously this can work in the sense that we can have a plugin that can look through. Obviously, you still have to look through the properties yourself, and I will at some point, maybe after I put in the plugin for do the photo analyzing one and get like one property sorted. Maybe I can have something where maybe it could be at the top of the page. You click on refresh button, or you just click on a button or something really, or maybe a little pop up button, or like a floating action button or something here, and you just click on it, and then you go through all the properties one by one in this list. I think maybe that's what that could be the end process for this, which means that dashboard I'm creating now, I don't think it's that needed, but it is good for diagnostics. Oh, there we go. I think it's doing a lot of work. Let's see what the token usage is now. 36%. But to be fair, we started with 17%, so we haven't used too much actually for this. Obviously, we're on Sonify because, Fable got taken out. Damn you, Anthropic. They give us a gift and then they take it away. I feel like one of the best things about using AI is the UI creating side of it. So when you create like a website kind of thing, rather than, because I feel like creating like backends where you can do things. yeah, I'm not saying it's straightforward. It still requires some work, but it's fairly, it's fairly. It doesn't take too much effort to do, or it just doesn't take too long to do. But I feel like doing the front end, designing the website, and that kind of stuff, I think that's probably the part that making things look pretty, probably what takes the most amount of time, really. To be fair, it's probably why maybe girls take like an hour to get ready and stuff, or maybe more over an hour because it just requires that extra effort if you want to look good. And you know what? Fair dues. Fair dues. Still taking a bit of time, isn't it? 4 minutes. Just do the thing. Did it? Yeah, it did ask me questions earlier. Okay. I'm still not a big fan of this kind of grayed out. I get it. It's telling me what it's doing. I need to figure out how to turn this off. Um, I don't mind it just doing this with game because obviously I'm not going to read through. I'm not looking for like an English essay, am I? So I'm not going to read through all of this. Um, I get it, it's nice to have, and I feel like for like normal person or for other people that like even for like a beginner at AI kind of thing, they might think, oh, it's give me everything, or this is what I was thinking. This is really cool, but I think that kind of wears off a bit. So restart every UI, blah blah blah. Okay, nice. The card panels, the GDVs, comparisons, nice. Okay, amazing. So yeah, let's give it another whirl. Then do a refresh and see what happens. Let's go for light, analyze. Let's do the analysis. There we go. Looks absolutely incredible. What's LRMRM? Okay. Yep, gave a GDV price benchmark only 190. Okay, the property's on for 150. Apparently, the GDV is 190, and it takes 6,200 to refurb. Oh, okay. It's because I put in it requires some refurb. Okay, fair enough. And the reason why is because some properties in the same area are yeah, this is the price is worth really for 3 beds in the same area. Okay, fair enough. 0.12 miles. Yep. Okay, let me ask what RM and LR means. I don't think it's given any kind of thing. Okay. I don't always add a new thing. Okay, so what does RM and LR mean in the pop-up? Yeah, and by the way, to reiterate, and if you want the files related to this live stream, it will be in the link. So after the live ends, I'll upload it, and then it'll be in the link in the description. And just click on it, and then it'll be sent to your emails. Rightmove and allow land registry. Okay. Spell it out fully rather than using yeast. I'm asking AI to spell things out when I can't spell things out myself. But they are mindless robots. So that's cool. Straight, I think I'm hoping me being in the corner isn't blocking anything. I don't think it is. I think it's fine. Yeah, ideally I want to have a little circle in the corner with me in it so they didn't cut up the screen too much. And I don't think it's something I can move up and down. I think I'm stuck with it. I know it's like YouTube Live. I think you can have an external software kind of thing. It'll be better, but I just can't really be bothered with that. Okay. All right, nice. I'm sure if I refresh the extension, I'll probably pick that up. Okay, so what do we want to do now? What's next? What's stage 2? Actually, before we go stage 2, yep, there we go. It found the nice. Okay, found the comparison. So this property, is what we are comparing. So this is what it looks like. Oh, well, actually, it's a really bad condition, so it actually would need a lot of work. And this is properties nearby. Nice. And yeah, it's in good condition. I mean, obviously it's not doing any further analysis, so it doesn't. We wouldn't know if the properties are in good condition. I think right now it only cares about the distance, property type, and the number of bedrooms. So I think it's only looking at the text on the listing rather than photos. So that's when we need to add this in. Okay, sounds good. So what I'll do is I'll do a compact because I think we are a good point. It's actually, yeah. And then stage 2 or 3 or 4 or something, which we need to add the AI a key in order to do the photo analysis, which I need to have it get for me actually. While I was doing that, does it surprise anyone like how much water bottles cost? Really, I think so. I bought this one recently. It cost me like £8-9 just for like a water bottle. I think it's insane. I feel like it's not that long ago. I think it cost like a few pounds, like £1-2 really. You get it from like a Poundland and stuff. It's gone up quite a lot, but you're not getting anything back. It's just it was quality and everything's the same. I just don't understand how water bottles are so expensive. I mean, maybe because like people when people buy it, they don't buy that often, so it's fine. Maybe it does justify the price, but still, not in my eyes. Taking sweet time. What are we doing for tokens? We're not even halfway through. Honestly, we are doing really well right now. I might just push this through until we are a good stage. I think maybe for today I will add in the photo analysis and then I'll carry on from there. So yeah, let's do that. So create. So right now I need to. Exactly, it needs like an AI key. And AI. So the key is essentially because you've got a server up and running, you've got the code up and running. It's not using AI right now to do anything. Obviously, you use AI to create things, but it's not using to do any analysis or anything really. It's all kind of there's like the code, or like an algorithm in the server that's actually like doing things for me right now really. And what I need to provide it. So with AI, kind of you get like developer kind of keys, which means that the server can reach out to Claude and send it the photos and do an analysis and send it back. That's what I need really. I think Google is better for it, but right now I'll just stick with Anthropic. And I'll make it configurable. So yeah, right now just stick with Anthropic. So create. So I need like an environment file. File for this project to store my keys and secrets. Yeah, so I need like an environment file that would have the keys in it. Because obviously it's a secret key. Obviously, it's my personal key. So even if I export this out, I don't want it to be given to other people, or other people be using my keys really. Because obviously, it's going to cost me. This is a point where it'll start costing you direct money really. So yeah, I think I'll probably, with maybe in the README file or something, I'll probably make a note to say that no, this is the part where it actually costs money, but only if you select the auto portion of it, which you also need. Okay, nice. No, it's still doing things. I just asked it to create a file. To be honest, actually, I think it's actually doing quite a lot for no reason. Okay, I don't know why it's created like an example. Okay, did I ask to do that? Nope, but it decided to do that anyways. Have the files be outside of the projects, but inside projects. What's an NVMe example? I don't know if I need an NVMe example. So you can probably maybe combine both together if you want to. Combine .env and .env example. Okay, let's add the key to do the photo process. What do you need from me? I think I have. I think I do have a key somewhere for this. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah. So I guess I'm just going to close console right now in order to get keys for this. Make sure to update the README on how to use this project, as well as how to create the keys. Oh, looks like the README file is very out of date. Okay, I think it's going to do it. So, okay. I got a key here, disable key. Uh, Why does the extension have a readme file? Interesting. Okay, looks like I need to add some credits in order to use it. To be honest, I do have an API key somewhere else. I just can't remember where it is, really. Actually, maybe. Maybe. Okay. Okay. There we go. Got Claude's key. One of the previous ones I've used before. And then all I have to do is go back to this place and then just put it in. So agency project. I've added the key now. I should have some credits in here. It's telling me I don't have any credits actually. Okay. Yeah, should have some credits here. No, it's not. It's free. Starting server, first background. Nice. Okay, so it needs to restart server for in order to pick up the key. Fair enough. Because this is an environment variable, so yeah, makes sense. Okay. Okay, nice. All right, see if I refresh. It's a good chance this might fail, but let's see if it does or not. See if, oh, nope. That's not what I want to do. Go back. Grade auto photos analysis. Will this work? Okay. 167. It's on for 150. Refurb 1400. I wonder why. Is it using the photo just now for the latest listing? I'm just doing a bit of debugging, a bit of checking really to make sure it is using the right ones. Okay, so can't directly observe your Chrome session from here. If I never traced the code path, found the answer to related problems. Never displays photo assessment, even though the server now returns. Okay. Did you pick up the refurb query manually before? Nope. I clicked on. I left it unset. The server only uses AI is suggested when you haven't picked one yet, which makes sense. I was listing analyze after the server restarted. Yes, it was. Vision failures are swallowed silently, and the errors isn't surfacing in the UIs today, so a bad response would be okay. Want me to add photos? Yes, do it. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it hasn't updated the UI to add the photo assessment, which makes sense because obviously we haven't been focusing on it. But when it does, no, I think we're really cool. Yeah, I think in terms of vision, it's actually I feel like it's working fairly well. So yeah, I can see. So once it kind of does the analysis and stuff properly, I can see it. The number of comparables should go down because once I look through the properties, pictures, and everything, and it should only be finding properties that are in a good, like in like really great condition. That would require like minimal work. So yeah, let's see. If this works, I think in the next session, I think we can potentially have like a floating action button in order to go through all the listings. But then where would that go? Maybe, yeah, it could be on like a sidebar thing, potentially. Yeah, that could work. You click on it and the pop-up comes up. Okay, so the pop-up doesn't really need to go. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think that works. Um, yeah. Okay, nice. So at the advertisement, AI blocked the model. So nice. Shows up under the refurb. Normal case AI suggested grade. Revision failed. It shows photo AI error. Nice. And then show something in person. No. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, let's refresh this. Go away. And then refresh the page and then test it again. I think we'll just do a bit of a test now and then and just leave it as it is. If it doesn't work. Bad request. Actually, let me pass this in. I'm getting bad request. I wonder if you can go to the console and see what it's saying. Oh, interesting. Oh, no, this is still a console. Uncode type error. Okay. I don't know if it's a permission violation. Oh. Okay. User has not opted in for functional cookies, skipping local storage right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it's saying. I think I need to opt in for the cookies. Maybe for the extension, maybe I need to have cookies so that you can save the local storage. I did say if this doesn't work, I will leave it. Obviously. All right, let's run this again. Refresh. And then there we go. Analyze. Let's see what comes up. Go on, just give me something. Oh, sweep and analyze. Oh, nice. You know, it already had the floating action button. I didn't even realize. We have 400 invalid request message if credit. Okay, credit balance to your. Okay, I need to update. It wasn't allowing me to update the credit balance. Fair enough. Let's see what the sweep and analyze does. Yeah, it goes through all the pages and then. Okay, it only does like one property. Click on it. Does it open up? No, it just opens the thing. Okay, nice sweeping. Expand the for the listing, and when clicked on will provide the dashboard pop. Nice. We can work that now. Pop. Poo. Okay, after this, I'll be done. If I'm quite dark on the screen, I do apologize. I normally have a light in front of me that I've decided today not to use for some odd reason. But we are very close, to be honest, to the sweeping analysis. I don't know when I implemented that. I know that was like a part of my final thing I wanted. Yeah, I don't know when I implemented that. We'll keep. No, I don't want AI free. I think I want visual card grids. Yep, nice. To be fair, the UI does look really nice. I don't know if I like the green so much. I might just go with a blue, bit more dark blue or something. But I'll probably leave as is for the time being. Okay, it's updating the sweep plan. I was doing that. Let's look at the token again. 54%. Not doing too bad at all. Actually, we're doing really well. And I even have enough to do more. Photo AI per listing. Nice. So when this completes, I will do a final round of testing and then end it there. Really, but no, I think we've made some good progress today. I think we've obviously now regarding the analysis button, you can either provide your own grid listing and see what do you think the property looks like, or click on the analysis button and then or leave it as auto, which means it will use AI to figure out what it looks like and then do the analysis, and then it will return a list of properties really. I'll do some comparisons based on the land registry and sold section for this. It's really good. Um, yeah, I think obviously with land registry, you can get as far as getting the property type and the number of bedrooms and so on really. So you can just go off the numbers there, but you can't. It won't be a real comparison, but it'll still be fine. To be fair, I could even add a feature where like you get a list of comparisons and then you just comparables and then you just remove the ones that you don't, or may exclude the ones that you don't think belongs there, which would most likely the land registry ones. So that gives you a bit of better figure after you've done the photo analysis, which should be good. Because obviously with the land registry one right now, we'll assume it's in. I mean, I need to check it, but it'll probably assume that it's in full condition, perfect condition. It's doing some tests right now. I think it's good model 100,000, 100,001 sits above the sweep panel. No. Okay, so opening from card will be hidden from panel. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so making sure the card or the dashboard, the pop-up doesn't hide the banner. Okay, fair enough. Makes sense. Okay, all right. Let's do one final refresh. Oh, that's the update thing. I'll leave that for the time being, and then refresh the page. Wait for the sweeping analyzer to come up. Sweep through. I gave it a criteria. Just do one property. Oh, there we go. Nice. And it comes up with that. And then you click on it. Oh, zero deduped against. Oh, interesting. It couldn't find any comparisons for this property. I think it's only one of the ones you found earlier. Okay, sounds good. Perfect. All right, let's leave it there. So yeah, this is no, doesn't all go away. No. Okay, nice. All right, let's leave it as this. So okay, this is the yeah, the deal analysis tool, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the content. I'll wrap this up and put this in the file thing at some point. And that sounds good. All right, thanks everyone, and yeah, have a good day. Cheers.